think you got to do it. You got to get it done. But it's so important that I have to say this should have never happened. When I was president, Iran had no money. They had no money to do this. They had money to live, but they didn't have money to do this. We would have made a great deal with them. I would say, had it worked out differently, 2 weeks after the election, we would have had a great deal with Iran, and they would have been happy. Everybody would have been happy. Instead, Iran now has $200 billion, and they're spreading their money all over the place, and things are happening that would have never happened.
In the heart of the Middle East, a conflict rages that encapsulates the tensions and struggles defining the region. This is the story of Yemen's civil war, the Houthi rebels, and their place in a larger confrontation that spans across borders and oceans, challenging global powers and disrupting international trade routes. Yemen, a country of breathtaking beauty and profound historical significance, finds itself in the grip of a devastating civil war. At the center of this conflict are the Houthis, a group emerging from Yemen's Zaidi Shia minority, who have taken up arms in a battle for power, identity, and survival. The Houthi movement, known officially as Ansar Allah, began as a small insurgent group, seeking to defend Zaidi interests against perceived marginalization. However, over the years, with the support of Iran, they have transformed into a formidable force, challenging not only the Yemeni government but also the regional status quo. Iran's backing of the Houthis is more than a mere alliance, it's a strategic investment. By supporting the Houthis, Iran extends its influence, becoming a key player in the axis of resistance, a coalition poised against Western influence and Saudi dominance in the Middle East. The Red Sea, a crucial global trade artery, has become an unlikely battleground in this conflict. Houthi attacks on shipping routes are not just acts of defiance, they are messages, signaling the group's reach and the potential to impact the global economy. Such actions have prompted major shipping and oil companies to rethink their routes, highlighting the vulnerability of international commerce to regional conflicts. The consequences of these disruptions ripple through the world, affecting oil prices, shipping costs, and ultimately, the global market. The 2021 blockage of the Suez Canal by the Ever Given was a stark reminder of the Red Sea's significance, and how quickly an incident here can have worldwide implications. In response, international powers have been drawn into the fray. The US, UK, and their allies have increased their naval presence, aiming to safeguard this vital waterway. Yet, the question remains, can military might alone ensure the security of these waters, or is there a need for a more nuanced approach? Amid the geopolitical chess game, the human cost of Yemen's conflict is devastating. Millions are on the brink of famine, infrastructure lies in ruins, and a nation cries out for peace. The international community faces a moral imperative to act, not only to resolve the conflict but to address its profound humanitarian consequences. Diplomatic efforts, though fraught with challenges, offer a glimmer of hope. Peace talks, ceasefires, and negotiations are critical, requiring a delicate balance of interests and a deep understanding of the region's complex dynamics. The path to peace is arduous, but it is the only path that can lead Yemen out of despair. The Houthi insurgency and the broader axis of resistance are emblematic of the shifting sands of Middle Eastern politics. Iran's role, alongside the responses from Western and regional powers, underscores a larger struggle for influence, with Yemen as a pivotal battleground. The stakes extend far beyond the region. Global economic stability is intertwined with the security of the Red Sea. As nations navigate these turbulent waters, the importance of international cooperation and dialogue has never been more apparent. The world must come together, not just to secure trade routes, but to forge a lasting resolution to the conflict. Yemen's story is a mosaic of courage, resilience, and the indomitable spirit of its people. It's also a cautionary tale of how local conflicts can escalate, drawing in global powers and impacting international trade and security. As the Houthis continue to assert their influence and the international community seeks solutions, the future of Yemen and the stability of the Red Sea hang in the balance. The conflict in Yemen, fueled by the Houthi rebellion and the strategic interests of Iran's axis of resistance, challenges us to reconsider the complexities of regional politics and their global ramifications. It invites a reflection on the interconnectedness of our world, where distant conflicts can have immediate effects on global trade, energy supplies, and the principles of international law and order. But beyond the geopolitics and strategic maneuvers, there are human stories, millions of them. Yemenis who dream of peace, who endure the hardships of war, and who hope for a future where their country can once again thrive, free from the shadow of conflict and the specter of international rivalry. The international response, while currently focused on securing the Red Sea and countering Houthi aggression, must also prioritize humanitarian aid and a comprehensive peace process. Diplomacy, support for infrastructure, and efforts to rebuild the Yemeni state are essential. The goal is not just to end the conflict, but to lay the foundations for a sustainable peace that addresses the root causes of the war. As the axis of resistance seeks to reshape the Middle East's geopolitical landscape, and as global powers grapple with the implications of this struggle, the story of Yemen reminds us of the cost of conflict and the enduring value of peace. It underscores the necessity of dialogue, the importance of resilience, and the unbreakable spirit of communities in the face of adversity. In the end, the resolution of the conflict in Yemen and the stabilization of the Red Sea region will require a concerted effort from all stakeholders: Yemeni factions, regional powers, and the international community. It's a testament to our shared responsibility to foster a world where peace prevails over conflict, where commerce flows freely, and where every nation can determine its own destiny, free from external coercion and strife. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the complexities of the Yemeni conflict and its broader implications. As the situation evolves, we will continue to bring you insights and analysis. Stay informed, stay engaged, and remember, the path to peace is through understanding.